I've been meaning to try this jollof rice recipe for a long time now, but only now getting around to actually doing it. And with emancipation right around the corner, I think it's the perfect time to get acquainted with some African cuisine. And while doing research for this recipe, I also came across a recipe for Ayamase stew, which is a popular Nigerian dish, also popular in other West African nations. And although the traditional recipe calls for specific spices and the addition of boiled eggs, I thought I would do my own spin on it, also leaving out the boiled eggs because I'm not a huge fan. The traditional jollof rice recipe also calls for red bell peppers, but those are a bit hard to find locally and typically a bit on the pricey side, so I'm using some red pimentos instead. But other than that, I'm trying to stick as close to the traditional recipe as possible. Now you could do Ayamase stew using different kinds of meat, but today I'm using beef. And I'll also be using some fresh local herbs like chive and celery for the beef stew. The first thing we want to do is season the beef and start cooking it. And if you have a specific beef seasoning you like to use, you could go ahead and skip this part, but I put in together a special blend for this recipe. Starting off with some clove powder, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, salt. I want to combine that well. I'm also going to add some aromatics to the beef while we put it in the pressure cooker to build flavors throughout the process. So I'm chopping up one medium-sized onion and using one head of garlic. I'm not bothering to chop up the garlic because it's going to break down in the cooking process, so you could just leave the cloves whole. Add some oil to your pressure cooker and you want to begin to brown the meat. Now this is an important part in building the flavor, so don't be tempted to just throw everything into the pot at the same time. Allow the beef to fry for about 3 minutes. Then you want to add your onions and your garlic, and you want to allow that to cook for a while. You want to continue to brown the beef for about 5 minutes. Then you want to add a bit of water to deglaze the pot first. Then add the rest of water. I have 1.5 pounds of beef here, and I use about 12 cups of water. Cover the pressure cooker and allow the beef to cook for approximately 1.5 hours, or about 1 hour and 20 minutes give or take. And while the beef cooking, let's move on to the jollof rice. For our puree, we want to use 1 large purple onion, cutting the stems off the pimentos and chopping them up. Also using 1 red chili pepper for some heat. This is optional. If you don't want the heat, you could leave this out. Dicing my tomatoes. Then you want to add the onions, pimentos, and tomatoes to a food processor and pulse it until you have a nice paste. Now a lot of the recipes I saw online, they use a blender at this point, but I didn't want to use a blender and add water and that kind of thing. I just wanted to use these ingredients with no additional liquid. So I went for the food processor instead. You want to pulse this until you have a nice paste. Transfer that to a bowl and set aside. And seeing that we're already using the food processor, we might as well go ahead and prep the puree for our Ayamase stew. You want to roughly chop 1 green sweet pepper, add a half a bundle of chive. We're keeping the rest to add to our beef later. Add 1 bundle of celery. Now add in 1 green chili pepper as well. You could also use scotch bonnet, but I didn't have any. And if you don't want your beef to be spicy, you could totally omit this. Roughly chop 1 yellow onion and add it to the mix. I want to pulse these ingredients until it forms a lovely green seasoning mix. And we're setting that aside for our beef later. Moving along to the jollof rice, you really want to make sure and wash the rice. We don't want a starchy end product, so wash the rice about 4 or 5 times. This will remove the starch, and you also want to make sure and rub the grains against each other. The abrasion will help remove the starch off the surface of the grain more efficiently. And to season the jollof rice, starting off with some onion powder, ginger powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, black pepper, and dried thyme. I'm not adding any salt to this because I want to control the amount of salt I add independently of the seasoning. And as easy as that, we have our own all-purpose seasoning. All-purpose because you could use this for literally all kind of thing. I'm going to add some oil to our pot and add some diced purple onion. And you want to saute this for about 3 minutes on low heat. Now, don't do like me and try to go and wash rice while you're sauteing your onion and causing it to burn. Make sure you keep an eye on it. Add some tomato paste and bay leaves to your pot. And you want to cook this for another 5 minutes, making sure to stir it occasionally. Now, the longer you cook the tomato paste, the more flavor it will build. So feel free to do this process for up to 10 minutes if you wish. Now we're adding our tomato, pimento, and onion puree. Along with that, a couple spoons of our all-purpose seasoning. You want to season with salt to taste, and then cover and allow this to cook for 10 to 15 minutes. And this will really allow the flavors to intensify, which will ensure a very flavorful rice. 15 minutes later, we're looking good. Now you want to add the rice, stir well to combine, and add just enough water until the rice is barely covered. Just barely over the rice. You want to reduce your heat to the lowest, cover, and allow this to cook. So from the recipes I view online, it seems that Nigerians and Ghanaians et al. Don't really deal up with bun like us here in Trinidad and Tobago. So you really want to check on the rice in 10-minute intervals and toss each time. And the rice should take about 30 minutes to cook, give or take. 30 minutes later and boom, we're looking good. Rice done. At this point, you want to taste for salt while the rice is still hot and adjust to suit, but this was perfect for me. So now it's time to deal with the beef. By now the beef done, the pressure cooker was off, so now we're moving on to the next step of cooking the beef. You want to begin by sauteing some onions in oil on medium to high heat. You want to add pieces of the beef, making sure not to add any liquid at this point. You want to fry the beef in the oil. You want to fry the beef for about 5 minutes. Then you want to add the seasoning blend. Cook this for about 10 minutes or until the liquid has evaporated. Then you want to add the remaining stock that the beef was cooking in from the pressure cooker. At this point, with the traditional Ayamase stew, they would add the boiled eggs to cook in the broth. And you could certainly do this at this point, but as I stated earlier, I'm not a huge fan of boiled eggs, so I'll even that out. Now you want to add the remaining fresh herbs to the mix, and boom, beef done. Watch how we're looking now. Great color on the rice, and it cooked to perfection. Nice and grainy, not mushy at all, and the beef just hearty. Can't wait to dig into this. Going in for a taste now, rice first, and yeah, this winning, lashing. You're getting all the savory notes from the pimento, tomato, and onion puree cooked down, but you're also getting a hint of sweetness from the sauteed onions, and then the tomato paste is adding a depth of flavor there that just bringing everything together. And the beef, spicy and extremely flavorful. The ground clove in there adding also another rich spice flavor to it. Real nice. And I find using these methods really open up my mind to a different process for building flavors. Typically, I would opt to cook my ingredients before turning them into a puree, but I think it has merit in this approach, especially with the beef, as I get a balance of freshness with the heartiness in the meat. And if you like this recipe, please give the video a thumbs up and give it a share. Please take a moment to subscribe to our channel for more great content. And you can follow us across social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Mm-hmm.